Chapter 1. It's all about Doug. The circle of men was unusually full that Wednesday night. Someone had brought store-brand muffins again. They sat there in their plastic clamshell, looking vaguely edible, dry, slightly sad, but technically muffins. Meanwhile, the community center's dated AC unit was wheezing in the corner, sounding like a pug trying to do yoga, a mix of desperation and heavy breathing. Doug sat forward in his usual spot, adjusting his salmon-colored polo and smoothing down his dad jeans like he was preparing to give a TED Talk. He cleared his throat in that way people do when they think they're about to say something profound. Doug was 52, recently divorced, and the proud owner of 2 kayaks that have been collecting dust since 2017. They made excellent makeshift clothes racks, by the way. That night, he was ready to tell the group about what he called the most confusing date of his adult life. And trust me, it was weird, even by circle standards. It all started when Doug matched with a woman named April on Bumble. Her profile looked like she walked straight out of a wellness Instagram feed. Curly hair bouncing, a gorgeous smile that said, "I meditate and pay my taxes on time," an aura that screamed Dreamcatcher vibes with just a hint of definitely owns crystals. Basically, she was a unicorn in hiking boots. She liked hiking, animals, and deep, spiritual conversations. According to Doug, that should have been his first red flag. But instead, he swiped right anyway, and yeah, he lied. Said he liked hiking too. But the truth? The last hike Doug had been on involved searching under couch cushions for missing TV remote. But he was hopeful, and so when April suggested a hike at Millstone Bluff, Doug replied with a confident, "Sure, sounds great," which immediately gave way to an internal panic marathon. He Googled the trail obsessively. It was listed as moderate difficulty, which Doug interpreted as should be fine for old people, dogs, and maybe even me if I don't have a heart attack. Determined to impress, he bought new hiking boots, dug out his cargo shorts that hadn't seen daylight since the 90s, and showed up 15 minutes early, armed with 2 smart waters and a protein bar he didn't actually want. Then April arrived. In a Subaru, obviously. She stepped out of the car, looking exactly like her profile promised, radiant and chill. But what Doug didn't expect was what or who hopped out of the back seat. 2 goats, real living goats, one named Waffles, the other Turnip. And yes, both sporting tiny hiking harnesses like they were about to summit Everest. April explained it as casually as if she were talking about the weather. Goat therapy, she said. It was her thing. Goat yoga, goat hikes, goat birthday parties. You name it, she'd goat at it. Meanwhile, Doug stood there trying to channel his inner Zen master, while Waffles tried to nibble through his fanny pack like it was a gourmet snack. But Doug played it cool. He smiled, nodded, and followed her up the trail, trying to look enlightened while she explained the spiritual aura of goats like she was giving a keynote address at a wellness retreat nobody asked for. Inside, Doug was slowly dying. The new boots were already giving him blisters. His thighs were being personally betrayed by every step. And to top it off, Turnip had peed on his leg 5 minutes in. Because of course. Then came the real moment, the peak of the date, emotionally if not geographically. Halfway up the trail, April turned to him and said, completely serious, that she felt a past life connection to him. Doug smiled politely, because what else do you do when someone drops that kind of bomb? While his brain was screaming, I feel a stronger connection to that park bench over there. And then came the kicker. She asked him, again, totally straight-faced with full sincerity, if he'd be open to a goat baptism right there in the creek. Doug, ever the diplomat, replied that he would be, but only if it came with antibiotics. Needless to say, they never made it to the summit. He told April he had to leave early to take his daughter to band practice, which was impressive, considering Doug did not have a daughter and hadn't been to a concert since 2015. When he finally got home, exhausted and slightly traumatized, he discovered one last twist in the saga. Waffles, the goat, not the snack or breakfast food, had managed to chew through the zipper of his fanny pack and eaten every single piece of his emergency protein bar. Every single piece. And yet, as Doug recounted the story that night, the circle was howling with laughter. Even Jamal, the quietest of the group, nearly fell off his chair when he heard about the goat baptism. Doug looked around at these men, strangers once, but now something more. Guys who, like him, had stumbled through heartbreak, awkward dates, and questionable life choices, and somehow came out the other side with a half-decent story and a few emotional bruises to show for it. No one in that room had it all figured out. They were still fumbling, still failing, still showing up, and that, Doug figured, might be the whole point. He admitted, maybe for first time, that he was actually glad he went on that date, not because of April or the goats or the spiritual creek ceremony, but because it reminded him that he was still out there, still trying, still discovering who he was in the aftermath of everything that had changed. Maybe the hardest part about starting over wasn't the silence or the loneliness. Maybe it was pretending you were supposed to have it all together when you absolutely didn't. And maybe, just maybe, that was totally okay. And so Doug raised his water bottle, a half-finished Smart Water, if you're curious, and toasted to figuring it out, one weird Wednesday at a time. And someone, probably Marty, added a prayer. May none of us ever get goat baptized. The circle erupted in laughter once more. And for Doug, in that moment, it was more than enough.
There you have it. It's all about Doug. What's your funniest, weirdest swipe to first date story? Drop it below. We're all here for the laughs and maybe some sympathy. Don't forget to subscribe for more crazy dating tales coming up right here on at Nightjar Story Vault. Thank you for watching. Keep your phones handy, and I'll see you soon for the next episode.